Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence, and today we're joined by other distinguished guest, Assistant Coordinator and Event Coordinator Laura Stevens, Assistant Coordinator Jennifer Hester, and Event Coordinator Laura Stevens from Toys for Tots, Southern West Virginia, join us this morning. Thanks so much for coming to the forum.
Good morning.
Good morning. And I know a lot of people, they may be familiar with Toys for Tots on like a surface level, but could you give them like the origin and what Toys for Tots is really all about?
The origin actually started in 1947 by a family by the name of Hedrick. His wife actually made dolls and things like that, and she went to him and told him to find an organization to give the dolls to, and he come back and stated to her that he could not find anywhere to donate them because she wanted to help out needy families. So she told him to create one. So the organization began in 1947, and they were trying to distribute out at that time 5,000 of handmade dolls and things of that nature. So they went on to create what is now known as Toys for Tots, which now is under the Marine Corps. So that's kind of where our background started, which was 76 years ago. So we're going strong.
Definitely. I'm sure making kids happy for that long, and it really makes a difference.
It does. We actually have a little bit of a different mission statement than the Marine Corps. We actually believe that our slogan, and we've had it for several years now, is every child deserves a Christmas. So that's our goal. So you see us out in the communities putting out toy boxes and money collection jugs and things of that nature. Every penny of that, every toy of that stays in our local communities. We do our best to make sure that every child has that Christmas that they deserve.
So if anybody out there was watching and they wanted to get involved with Toys for Tots or volunteer, are you in need of any volunteers at the moment?
At the moment, I think this year we're kind of covered, but that doesn't mean that, don't hesitate to reach out, because we still could find something that, we do need assistance with, because we do work on this project. Everybody sees us mainly from October to December, but we are constantly working on this program in the background as local coordinators. We are doing things all year. We're getting things ready for fundraising. We're getting things ready for, events, which that's what she handles mainly. She runs our Facebook page and does a very good job with that. She's actually, this year, most people don't know, but the coordinator that was in the area that was known as Beckley, which encompassed Fayette, Mingo, Nicholas, Raleigh, Webster, and Wyoming counties, he decided to retire this year. And so we already had the Greenbrier County local, so we decided to step up and pull in those counties in with us. So her role this year, she was behind the scenes a lot. She run the Facebook, as I stated. She also made the very critical phone calls, letting people know when distributions were. But this year her role has changed a little bit. She's still doing some of those things, but she has also took over with running our Raleigh County area. So she took on the additional counties that he had retired from. So her role stepped up to also being on site, on the ground, doing the bagging and tagging of the toys for the children this year. So, everybody's roles kind of change, and we all just kind of do what we have to do to make it happen.
Awesome. And that's a big venture, Raleigh County. I think a lot of people don't realize that Raleigh County is a lot larger than we all think it is.
It definitely is. So that's why we want to try to get it out there also about who to get a hold of.
So, how does you all said that a lot of work goes into Toys for Tots, and I don't think a lot of people are familiar with how Toys for Tots actually works. So, could you kind of give them a little bit of a breakdown?
Sure. There's an application process that each person has to go through. I do a lot of that at night at home, but our main focus and our main push is starting October 1st. We're on the ground. We're out in the community. We're putting out toy boxes. We're putting out money donation collection jars in every place that will allow us to try to get as many donations as we can. People don't think about it, but when you're serving between 12 and 15,000 kids in these areas, every dime counts. Some people think, oh, well, I can't, because I don't have a lot to give. Throw that dime, throw that quarter, because that dime, that quarter is going to help us, because we have been very fortunate that we have averaged purchasing and being able to distribute since I've become involved with the program in 2017. We've been able to buy and purchase toys on average of $3 to $4 per toy. And we've been able to supply 5 toys per child on minimum. It's a lot of hard work, but it's very rewarding. At the end of the day, when we go home and we're exhausted, we stop and we go, okay, we've helped this many children. We've helped this many families that may or may not be able to have that Christmas that they, want their children to have or deserve to be able to have. Children are very innocent. They don't need the problems of the world. They need to know that everything's okay, especially on Christmas morning.
Absolutely. And I think even that, $3 or $4 toy, I think some people will look at it and be like, well, that's not enough. But some of these kids will see it and it will be like the entire world to them.
Well, we do spend more on some toys, but at the end of the year, I always take the amount of toys that we purchase, the amount of toys, that, and the cost of those toys versus the amount of children that we serve. And we have been very blessed that even though that we might give more for one item, but we might find something else that, we need, because we serve 0 to 15-year-olds. So, your older kids are a little more, but we might be able to find baby stuff that's a little less. So overall, we average about $3 to $4 an item. So, like I said, when you see us out in the community, throw that dime, throw that quarter, because it is going to go and it's going to assist us.
Absolutely. So you guys out there, you see a Toys for Tots bucket, throw in some spare change, help the kids out. And, the toy boxes that we often see, what type of, guidelines are there for that? What type of toys are you usually looking for?
Well, we really look for any age, from 0 all the way up to 15. Our problem areas is generally the 0 to 2, because a lot of people don't think about babies, but they like rattles and they like, plush toys and squishy, crinkly books to play with as well. And then we also have another trouble area is our 13 to 15-year-olds. People don't realize that, they're still children too. And so, but we usually have a lot of support from that 3 to 12, 3 to 10-year-old area. we get a lot of, things for those ages, and we appreciate those as well. And we're not asking people to say, oh, well, I'm not going to buy in that age group. I'm only going to buy in the 0 to 2 or the 13 to 15, because we need them all. But the only limitations is, we don't do any sharp objects. We'll do Nerf guns, but no like pop guns or, cowboy Indian kind of things. We try to steer away from that. Nerf guns, they're not going to hurt anybody. They're just a little soft, thing. But for the most part, we try to be conscientious of the ages of these children. There's places on our applications for comments, that if there's a special needs, you can tell us, hey, we've got an autistic child, we've got whatever, our child likes this, and we do try our best. If we see the comment that our kid likes Dora, we try to give them something that's Dora. We can't always do that because we don't always have that, but we do our best. But especially with children that are autistic, they may not be allowed to have something that is got like a small piece in it or something like that. So if you let us know on that application then we will steer completely away from that and make sure that you have things that are appropriate for that child.
And speaking of applications, where can anyone out there access an application for Toys for Tots?
Okay, the simplest way is to go to toysfortots.org, and it will ask you on there to apply for a toy. You will click on apply for a toy. It's actually like in the shape of a little teddy bear. And once that you click on that link, you will pick your state and your county. And once that those are picked, then you will have an application, which is be the adult's name and address and good contact information, such as a phone number. It will ask you for your email, and then it goes down the list of each, child 1, child 2, and under each one of those is where that comment section is, because it'll ask for their name and their age. And if you want to put in the comment section, because like ours goes like 0 to 2. Okay, and then it goes 3 to 5. So if you want to put in that comment section, hey, my child is 6 months old, or my child is 4 years old, do so, because that helps us understand, because we're looking at an age group of 3 to 5 or 0 to 2 or 6 to 9. And if your child is going to be 9 years old, right after Christmas, we don't want to give them something that, a 6-year-old would play with. Unfortunately, but that's just how the applications work, is they only go by age groups. They don't go by individual age. But it does give you the option on there, to pick their age. But like I said, in that comment section, if your child is going to turn right after the first of the year, tell us that. Because he might be going into the next age group, that we could fulfill something in that age, as opposed to, staying in that younger age group.
Awesome. All right, and we are coming up on our first break, but before we go, we know that we can keep in touch with you all via Facebook, Toys for Tots Southern West Virginia, but can you plug
It's actually not West Virginia. It's actually Toys for Tots Southern WV.
Southern WV. Mm-hmm. And do you mind plugging just the phone number and the email address?
Okay, our phone number, our main contact number is 304-673-4586 or 615-587-8499. And our email address is greenbrier.wv@toysfortots.org.
Awesome. All right, and you guys stay tuned. We will be right back speaking more about Toys for Tots and what you all can do to help out a child this Christmas season. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with the assistant coordinator, Jennifer Hester, and event coordinator, Laura Stevens, and we're talking about Toys for Tots and everything that they need to make sure that children have toys this season. So before we went to break, we were talking about the applications, and there is a deadline for that.
There is. Our deadline is December the 1st. It's very important to understand that this gives us time to complete your orders and get in contact with you about getting them picked up and distributed. So it's very important that these will cut off at midnight as of December the 2nd. So please, if you're in need, get onto that site, get that application filled out so that we can make sure that we are able to take care of your needs.
Awesome. And I see you all have some events going on. Of course, your toy drives and donation drives going on. So
we do. We actually have some events coming up. There's going to be a couple next week. One is Foster's on Main Street. He's actually been a supporter of ours for 30 years now. Also, Cheers of Beckley, they'll be doing a toy drive, and you can bring an unwrapped toy or, make a donation at the door at these events, and all of that will be turned over to our local program here. Also coming up in December, Stephanie French and the Shade Tree Car Club will also be at Walmart on Eisenhower doing a toy drive for us. Our toy drives that we are actually handling that's coming up will be on December the 8th. And we will be at the Beckley Walmart on Eisenhower. We will be in Lewisburg. We will be in Fayetteville. And we will also be in Summersville on that day from 10 until 6. So come out, buy a toy, drop it in our box. We'll be out there also taking monetary donations. We stand out in the cold all day, and that's okay. But, come by, see us, and drop them toys. Even if you pick it up early, you can still pull up out front, and we'll take it out of your car for you and put it in that box. And, every little small toy, every little small donation, it helps.
we were talking a little bit during the break, you all, and we asked which was better. Is it monetary or the toys? And they said either one. So even if you have pennies in your little change purse, give it to them. Like every penny counts, literally. And and in regards to, the businesses and things that do their own toy drives, do they need to contact you in advance if they want to, do things like that?
Yeah, we're always open to people contacting us about wanting to, do a toy drive. That way we know and we can get it out to the public. If you follow us on our Facebook page, we put these events on there. We put this information out there. So it's pertinent that, if you are on Facebook, please follow that page, because we are constantly, she's actually constantly putting information on there, about, toy drives, toy events, the benefits, toy drives and when our distributions are going to be, and, we've got people in the past that, that's changed their phone numbers. That's how you reach out to us. If that information changes, honestly, we don't have time to hunt you down. Okay. So if your phone number changes after you've applied, please reach out to us either by email or by going through our Facebook Messenger and let us know, so that we can update that information on your application, because we can go in through the background and update that information as to where you cannot. So we will have a good contact, because like I said, when it comes down to the wire, we don't have time to hunt you down. And unfortunately, there's been times in the past that when we've closed our distributions out, we've had bags left because we was not able to locate that person. And we really don't want that to happen.
And we don't have the time to.
Yeah, we
Only thing
we
Facebook and
can't
everything.
deliver, we have way too many when you're dealing with, like I said, 12 to 15,000, applications or kids, not necessarily applications. We can't deliver. I mean, it's just not humanly possible for us to do that. It would take everybody in the whole southern West Virginia to be able to do that. And I mean, we just can't do it. There was one other thing that I wanted to mention about an event that's going on that is going to end very soon, and it's called Battle of the Banks, and it's taking place in Raleigh County. You can go into your local bank in Raleigh County, and they have little trains. I wish I'd have brought one with me, but they have little paper trains that you can purchase for any donation amount. And if you don't want to purchase a train, you just want to walk in and say, hey, put this in the Toys for Tots money, they'll take that too. They also have toy boxes in those branches as well. So, but that toy event of the Battle of the Banks, which is the purchase of the actual trains themselves, what it is our banks are competing to see who can get the most trains sold. So that event is actually going to end on November the 20th. So when you go to the bank this, Monday, buy that train. Help that bank out, become, the top bank in Raleigh County. And, like I said, any donation, whether you want the train or don't want the train, or you just want to take a toy in, please do so.
Some friendly competition for a good cause. I love
Yes.
it.
And if you're a business, it's tax deductible. So go in that bank, write that check to Toys for Tots.
Yeah, they actually have our W-9 papers so that you get that tax deduction for, your taxes on those larger donations.
Awesome. And also, that's how I also wanted to bring up the businesses. So if you guys want to donate, also if you guys want to put on a toy drive, get in touch with Toys for Tots and set up a
Absolutely.
toy drive. Help out your local community.
Absolutely. And if you want to be a toy drop location, that's what we call it. And that's where we bring in the box or the monetary jug. You can choose one or the other, or both, or whatever you want to do. Reach out to us. Somebody will get you a box. Somebody will get you that jug to put in your location. So, you can do that by email. You can also do that through the toysfortots.org. There's a place on there that says that you want to become, a toy drive drop location, and it comes directly to us. I'm on that site every day, our secure site that is set up for the coordinators. I'm on there every day. I'm pulling applications. I'm checking that for them people that want to reach out for toy boxes. So, don't hesitate. Go on there. If you want us to, and if we've missed you because we have taken over these counties this year, we do greatly apologize. We didn't really have a list for, the other counties of where the, toy boxes and things were placed. So if we did miss you, please reach out and let us know that, hey, I've always had a box. I've always had a monetary jug, and I want, to participate, because trust me, she rides around with a carload of boxes all day, every day. She will be the one that comes banging on your door, letting you have your box.
I carry boxes, money jars,
Posters.
Posters, letters from businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I have reached out to a lot of people, corporate offices, asking for, some kind of grant money or something. So it's never too late.
Never.
No, because when the deadline stops, we're still going to be working.
Yeah, just because we say the application deadline is December the 1st, honestly, we're still going really up until around the 20th, 22nd of December, because we are in the background, like I said, fulfilling these orders, getting them out, still making the collections, things like that. So the application deadline is a complete separate deadline than what we have in the background.
And I also see that you guys have a couple of local businesses that you kind of wanted to shout out and say a thank you to?
We do. First, I want to start by thanking Lewis Nissan in Beckley, and the Raynell Armory for allowing the use of their facilities. They have graciously allowed us to use their facilities to set it up like a store. And we go in and we bag and tag and distribute out of those locations, and they have graciously allowed us to do that. Also, the National Guard in Lewisburg is another one that allows us the use of their facility for distribution for the Greenbrier County area. Ollie's has been a big sponsor of ours for a couple of years now. So if you're in Ollie's, you can do a roundup, you can do a monetary donation through their registers. They also have toy boxes there that you can do, and we want to thank them so much because they are a big, huge help. Also, the D.K. Kells Foundation that is in Greenbrier County, they are a huge donor, and we want to thank them as well. Greenbrier Motors locations in Greenbrier County, all 3 locations, they do what's called fill a truck, and that is a pickup truck that they have in the business. You can, and they kind of have a friendly competition between them 3 at the Dodge, Chevrolet, and Ford to kind of see who can bring in the most. But their ultimate goal is to fill that truck. And City National Bank in Raynell, they allot us a office space there that, we kind of stage a lot of our stuff there. That's kind of where we go and meet and